Welcome back, everybody, to Confessions of a Real Estate Agent with David Kurz. Today we're going to have a little bit of a special edition. We have Jenna, who is one of the title girls at New World Title. Pay attention, and you can't miss out on this crazy shit. Welcome back, everybody. This is David Kurz, and I'm here with Jenna, who is one of the title girls at New World Title. Now, I say title girls, there's 3 or 4 of you guys, right?
There's 3.
There's 3, the originals, always.
Originals.
Everyone else is a +1.
Yeah, everyone's just a regular title girl, not the title girl.
Not the title girl. So the title girls are you,
myself, Erica, and Maylene.
and Maylene. All right, so now, these ladies are sales representatives for New World Title. New World Title, so you guys know and would be very clear, are my #1 title company. They're our go-to title company at Kurz Real Estate, and they are in-house. We have Bridget here, who's an attorney, and we have a new processor coming in and starting tomorrow, right?
Right, we're going to call her the Ninja.
The Ninja. Her name is Ninja of Processing, right there.
It's a surprise.
She has no idea what her name is. So
That's true, I don't.
So now, here's the deal. Today we want to talk about the importance of a title company, the crazy shit that title companies go through, and all that other good stuff, because we feel that as real estate agents out there, it's important for you to know what the other side is going through, right? And so we want to focus on this. We want to bring this to you because these girls work hard to bring accounts to New World Title. Jen is one of the hardest working people I know. That's why she's sitting here today with us. And so I want to bring it to the table and help everybody understand how important it is to connect well with your title company, right?
Yes, it's very important.
So I'm going to ask you some off-the-wall questions.
Oh, my God.
Right?
Here we go.
And then if you've ever watched the show before, I never prep anybody for these meetings.
He did not prep me at all, I swear.
The questions differ so that they can't go back and study the shit, right?
Okay.
So what I want to talk to you about is I already know that your industry is a difficult industry, as our industry is as well. I've seen so many title companies come and go. Many title companies go for legal issues, right?
Right.
And then other title companies go because they can't drum up the business. They can't get enough real estate agents to believe in them, to trust that they will do the job the right way.
Yes.
So now, as one of the sales reps or sales representatives at New World Title, how do you feel that what's the thing that gets agents to trust you to do business for them?
Well, I think first of all, it's we're in a relationship business, so I think that helps a lot. We're here to build relationships, and that's step #1. They have to trust you. I mean, who are you going to work with? Somebody that you don't like and you don't trust, or somebody that you like and you trust? So I think that's step #1. Step #2, I believe, obviously service. Service is #1. We're in a very fast-paced industry. Everybody wants everything yesterday, not today.
Yeah, it's like,
it's like right now with technology, it's become even more so, I believe, because things are just moving so fast. So everybody, I think service is important, even though I don't use that as the pitch, because most title companies, most, not all, give pretty good service.
They give good service.
Because, I mean, it's a service industry. So that's not really a sales pitch. But I think what sets us apart from everybody else is we bring value to our agents. We try to educate them. We help them. We want them to grow their business, so forth and so on. And I think that's what actually kind of gets them and brings them to us.
Okay.
Now, I always tell everybody, getting the business is actually the easy part. It's keeping it,
business,
which is the hard
right?
part. Yes, that's where the trick comes in, because it's like a revolving door, you know? You're working with one client, they send you like 10 files, and all of a sudden, they just disappear off the earth. Somebody like me probably went in there and convinced them to start working with them for XYZ reasons. Sometimes, you know, we're all humans, we all make mistakes. Maybe you were something happened on one file, and they're like,
It just
oh,
completely shut them out.
right, it completely shut them down. And believe it or not, sometimes it's not even our fault. We get blamed for stuff that has nothing to do with title, nothing to do with, like, I mean, it could be as easy with just, I actually had lunch with an agent not that long ago. She stopped using me all of a sudden. I just couldn't understand why. And it turned out to be that it was not even, she admitted to me, it wasn't your fault. I don't know, I guess I had to blame someone. It had something to do with the lender. And it actually was a bank. So it had something to do with the bank, but it was our fault, so we took the blame.
You took the hit.
Yeah, but she's back now, so it's good.
So now, let's have some fun, all right? Craziest realtor you've ever had to deal with. No names.
Obviously, no names.
What happened?
The craziest realtor. Okay, there was one time that I had actually two realtors. It was an 8 o'clock closing at night. And I swear, I think both the listing agent and the buyer's agent were about to duke it out.
Really?
Yeah, I actually went to that closing because it was outside of our office. It was inside the real estate office. And I had already known that they were like,
already riffing.
Yes, and I was like, oh, this is going to be good. Let me just go show my face, see if I can calm everybody down. I'm very involved in my files. Those of you who know me know I'm a control freak, and I'm involved in my files, so I know everything that's going on every step of the way. So I went over there, and I swear they were going to duke it out. We had to literally separate them.
So what was the problem? Like, why were they fighting? What was
That guy,
what was the beef?
One of the realtors was very like, he wanted we were gonna close. We were actually closing before time.
Okay.
Before the closing date, but he was pissed because he didn't get a commitment. But I was like, but we're closing. Why do you need a commitment? Like, I don't know. And I guess like who knows what happened before that, and it was just
there must have been a build-up before that.
Yeah.
That they were already at each other's throats.
The listing agent was difficult. He was difficult. I'm not gonna lie.
And we talk about this all the time. We talk about how this is already a difficult industry, right?
Yes.
And if you can't find a way to work with the people within your industry, man, you're gonna have a tough time in this business.
Time, yes.
You know, because let's face it, this business is not easy. It's not for the faint of heart, right?
No, you need a tough skin, that's for sure.
And I think so. And I want to like touch on that a little bit because you know a lot of real estate agents.
Yes,
and
I
being,
do.
And being the title company, you know how many deals they're really closing.
Yes,
for the most part, because hopefully they send you the majority of their
Yes.
business, right? And so, how many? Let's say you're working with 100 realtors right now. Out of those 100, how many of them do you think are struggling?
Well, I don't think they're getting rich, that's for sure. I would say the majority. The majority.
Give it a percentage, like
okay.
80%, 85%, 50%.
Okay, I would say like, out of all my realtors, if I get all my realtors, the ones that are struggling, they're closing, obviously. If they're sending me files, they're closing. But I mean, like closing, like producers,
between, like,
yeah. Like I would
this
say,
guy and this guy, right?
I would say like 70, 80%.
Are still kind of
closing
on the battle.
like one deal a month, one every other month, maybe two.
Here and there.
Here
right?
and there.
And you might see the frustration in them, right?
Yeah, because they don't know what to do or how to do it, and they're asking me how do I bring in work, and I always say it's all about marketing.
Now, I'm glad you said that. We'll get into that a little bit. What do you think the number one issue is out there for realtors? Like, what are they not doing? That
I don't think they're spending money in their business.
All right, so that's a really good concept. I'm glad that you said that because that is truth, right? One of the things that I preach the most is I tell people when you close a deal, spend 25% of your money back investing into your marketing, your business, and pushing it out there, right? So that being said, a lot of agents don't do that, right? So we got this thing we say, like a brand new agent goes and sells their aunt's house and makes 10 grand, pulls up in a BMW, has a nice
some Louis Vuitton
suit, you know, there's, shoes, women walking around with the red bottoms, but they ain't got a pot to piss in,
right.
you know.
That's so
and
Miami.
I think to myself, and I'm like, it is very Miami.
So
for those of you watching in Texas right now, I don't know if you're going through this, but that's very Miami, right?
Very
and
common.
So, I guess, with that in mind, you feel like they're just not marketing enough. They're not putting themselves out there appropriately.
They're not.
Do you think that training has a lot to do with that? Like, do you think that?
I think mentoring and training has a lot to do with it. I think a lot of them don't know how to do it or don't realize what they should do or how should I start. Do I do postcards or social media? and maybe they don't have a go-to person to do that, you know. I can see there's some realtors that I see that they have potential. They have that hustler mentality, and they have the potential, and I see their loss. And I have even sat down with them. I sit down with some of my agents that I see that they have potential, and I'm like, okay, let's sit down, let's do a marketing plan, let's see what you have, what's your budget, let's see what we have to work with. And then I even give them like little homeworks and stuff like that. Okay, you got to set up this platform, do this. Okay, you don't have the money.
How many of them follow through?
And then I call them 3 weeks later. Hey, how's the homework doing? Oh, I can't, you know. And a lot of them
There's always an excuse, right?
There's always an excuse.
And I always tell people, look, everybody has shit going on in their lives. Everybody, every single person out there. If you're watching right now and you're looking at me and you're going, wow, I love Dave. He's a successful real estate broker. I have shit going on in my life. If you're out there looking at some of the top names in the nation, down to, I mean, I'll even throw Frederick Eklund out there, who's, you know, a movie star and this and that.
The dancing realtor.
He's got his show and he does his high kick and all that. Guaranteed. He's got shit in his life. And he has deals that fall through. And they don't all close. And they don't all win. And he doesn't get every deal. And he doesn't get every listing. And he doesn't, you know, every project. It doesn't fall on his lap. He has to go out there and grind for it. The same way that every one of us have to do it, you know? But you can't go out there and look at a final product and decide, oh, well, hey, that's what I'm supposed to be. So where is it? You know, why isn't it falling on my lap, right? So let's talk about title for a minute. You guys on the back end, you're like the back end of the work, right?
Yeah.
Meaning the client doesn't necessarily see you one-on-one. They don't often see what it is that you do for them. So tell me about some title horrors with clients. Give me one good one.
Well, the thing is, okay, a lot of I think a lot of the realtors nowadays, they don't know what they're doing. They don't.
Training and education, folks.
Big time. I mean, as you know, the title girls are big on education. That's our big thing. And we preach and we try to educate realtors. And because I see it, the majority of the realtors, and these are people you guys have to deal with too. Yeah. It's not just us. So you're going to come across, remember, I deal with a lot of realtors at one time. So you have to come across all these realtors at one time, and they don't educate their buyers or their sellers. So a buyer thinks that they're going to sign on the dotted line and boom, get their keys 5 minutes later and get the moving truck and move and let's go. And then there's funding and we need funding authorization and we have to send the seller the money, and you know, that's time consuming. Everything is a process. And that's how we have departments, and we're very organized when it comes to those things, you know?
Yeah, the problem is that they look on TV and they see like the people sign, and they hand over a check, and they hand over keys, and the keys come in a golden box, and like,
and
you know,
perfect.
And it's not like that. It's
no,
just
that's not reality.
Right? You're not getting your keys until the seller gets their money.
No ticket, no laundry.
There you go, no ticket. The seller's not giving up the keys until they get a wire with their funds. They're not getting their funds until your bank allows authorization for the title company to transfer the money. So there's so many moving parts when it comes to title that if you're a real estate agent out there, please get to know it a little bit.
Yeah, and
right? So when you work with somebody like Jen, speak to her, tell her, look, listen, sit down for a minute, educate me on what it is that you do, because I don't want to come to you fighting and screaming and battling with you, telling you you screwed up, when I don't know what the hell it is that you actually do.
And the funny thing is that you see these realtors like asking me, where's the money? And I've even seen, as far as seeing some realtors ask the broker for their commission, and the broker hasn't even received the wire because the file hasn't even funded. Like, I mean, it's that bad, you know. So I think it starts with the realtor. The realtor should educate themselves. You know, I'm not telling you got to clear title and process title and do the closing, or draw an application for a mortgage, or know what the underwriter's going to look at. But at least you should educate yourself a little bit of every department so you can defend yourself and tell Mr. Buyer, Mr. Seller, this is how it goes, it's a process, and prepare them for the day of closing. And I can tell the difference. The ones that do know what they're doing, we don't have those issues because they're already prepared.
Because they already educated everybody, educated their buyer and their seller, and they know what's going on. So that's a process. So for those of you that might be working with Jen or the title girls, and you feel like maybe you're falling in that 80% that she was talking about, that's doing a deal here and a deal there, but potentially could be doing so much more, sit down with her, you know? And then don't waste your time. Please, God, if you're going to sit down with her and create a business plan and create a marketing plan and create a budget and do all these things that she's more than willing to do with you, Go
And I think
do
we're
it.
pretty good at it, don't you think? Our marketing's been pretty good.
Your marketing is phenomenal. And so that's one thing that I definitely love about you guys is that your marketing is really on point. Let me ask you a question. So while we're here, have you ever been ridiculed for your marketing?
Oh, yeah, of course. All the time.
So tell me, what do the haters say about your marketing?
First of all, they never comment, obviously. They'll never comment, but I've heard stuff through the grapevine that they've said. You know, I know one time Rudy came up to us and he was like, oh, you know, people think the title girl is so stupid. And we're like, oh, great, they're talking about us. That's awesome. And he's like, but it's bad. I'm like, who cares? Good or bad, they're talking. And I think that's what counts.
Yeah.
So it's like either love us or you hate us. You know what I mean?
So why were they commenting? Why were they saying, oh, the title girls, they're so stupid?
I guess because the name, when it first launched, oh, the title girls, the title
okay.
girls, you know.
Like as you, and then
And then Rudy was like, oh, they're making fun of you guys. I'm like, so what? I don't care. I don't know talking. He was like, you know, you have a point.
so it's been a success.
So yeah, it's been great.
By the way, Rudy, who was worried about that, is the same person that gave me the advice when I called him and I said, Rudy, I opened up Kurz Real Estate and I have people hating me already and I'm barely launching. And he said, you should be out celebrating right now.
Yeah, because that means
You
you're
know?
successful pretty much.
That means that they're talking about
The
you.
haters are actually your best fans.
Yep, because they keep talking about you.
Yeah.
See, people who love you often don't mention you because they're so happy with you. There's nothing to talk about.
Yeah, it's like free advertisement.
Yes, it's awesome.
It's awesome. Keep hating.
So, you guys can go out there, check out the Title Girls, go visit their Facebook page, like them, check them out. Go to newworldtitle.com. That's nutitle.com. I'm sorry, nuworldtitle.com. Sorry about that. And check them out and ask for them and ask for their guidance. Now, one thing that I will tell you is if you own an office here in the South Florida area, or Orlando now, right? You guys are
Orlando, Fort Myers.
Fort Myers.
We'll be Jacksonville and Tampa soon.
Jacksonville and Tampa.
Boca,
If you guys
Palm
are
Beach.
watching, they'll be happy to come out and help you with that education, help you with what she's been harping about the entire time and saying, educate the realtors. It begins with the realtor. The realtor is the one that has the direct connection to the clients. So let them come out, let them teach your agents, let them take some of this coaching and training off your hands, and allow them the opportunity to come out and educate the community. The stronger the community is, the more educated they are, the better our careers and our businesses will be, and it would be a pleasure to work back and forth with each other. Thank you so much for being a part of this.
Thanks for having
you.
me, and let's keep closing.
Yes. With a K, by the way.
With a K. And take action.
Take action always.
Always.
Right away. We talked about a little while ago, business plan, marketing plan, budget. If you don't take action, none of that shit matters.
Time.
Get out there and take action in your business. Enjoy, and we'll see you at the next Confessions of a Real Estate Agent.
Bye.